Sorry. Hi. Welcome to Long Story Short. I am Kejan Haynes, and it is a brand new week in so many more ways than one. We are back to the beaches. Congratulations, Trinidad and Tobago. You have managed to not mess it up long enough for us to get out of lockdown for a little while. You know, like, I record the show on Saturdays, as I told you, and I had 2 scripts ready for this, but I really wanted to wear this shirt because we knew, or we thought, that we were going to get out of lockdown through an extremely scientific method of, 1, it was the Prime Minister's birthday, 2, he was in Tobago where he's happiest, and 3, he was wearing this snazzy shirt. The meme does not lie, ladies and gentlemen. And if you were watching the press conference, I mean, I know it's been a while, but you remember when you went to the movies, there was this thing before called the previews? Yeah, good Lord, that was a long time ago. But yeah, the build-up in this press conference was intense. Like, you felt the anticipation building, but you knew there was good news coming because there were like little hints. So the CMO was talking about, oh, I have something to tell you all later about quarantine.
And our repatriation, as you know, has been going very well. We're able to turn around a facility within 8 or 9 days and give us a large amount of persons being able to be accommodated in the quarantine sites. And therefore, the repatriation effort is expedited in that way.
And then the health minister, I mean, amidst all of his bad news and, oh no, the rest of the world is terrible. I mean, yes, they are, and we're not laughing. But for us, we've been doing better. Again, congratulations. But the health minister also did say that as we are about to, open up, and good numbers actually means that we have to adhere to the rules even further.
What has accounted for us for being in this relatively good position? It has been a team effort of all 1.4 million people. We did this together. Members of the public, business community, medical workers, and so on. But as we move forward from today, there's a very simple equation we need to understand. The more we move, the more we interact with people, the more we have to comply with the public health measures.
Oh, wait. I'm still dressed like this. All right, we have to get really serious for a second here. So, guys, back inside. The Prime Minister was really somber as well in the lead-up because he also announced that he lost a friend very recently due to COVID. And the nation has, of course, lost over 100 people. And that is very, very serious and something that we cannot forget. The Prime Minister also spoke about all of the other countries in the world that have to go back into lockdown, or those countries who decided, well, I'm not going to lock down at all. And he went so far as to talk about the fact that we may have to live with this disease for the next 2 to 3 years. Yeesh.
It's not going to disappear around the corner, and it's not disappearing.
And that is a really hard reality to deal with. But give me someone who deals with reality over this guy any day.
We're rounding the turn, we're rounding the corner. It's going away.
Or Buju. Buju, can we unfree Buju?
People need to wake up, but now we're no mask. A man no for mask no make for man. So free my people. Free my people.
Prime Minister also spoke about how bad it was in Ireland. And why Ireland, you may ask?
Those of you who had followed the Commissioner of Police's vacation would have seen that he went to Ireland. Within 24 hours of landing there, Ireland's locked down. Lockdown, not just withdrawal, but lockdown.
Wait. So does this mean that Gary Griffith might not be able to come back? Mr. Prime Minister, it was your birthday. Why are you giving us all the gifts? Oh, well, I guess sacrifices must be made for the preservation of life and limb. And then the announcements. Yes. Okay, we're going into the big ones. The public service reopens from Monday. Hey, if you abuse it, you lose it. Public service, you had a chance to work from home, you didn't log into the people's Zoom, and now traffic resumes from Monday. Tertiary education, especially those that cannot do online classes. So we're talking, if you're like an electrical engineer and you need to actually be there, or his exact term was laboratories and you need to do lab work, you get to go back to school. Casinos reopen, because we know y'all were never closed. But you have to wear your mask the entire time, which means half the fun of casinos is not there, the free alcohol. Sacrifices must be made. Cinemas can reopen at a reduced capacity, but again, masks on at the entire time. And I can already hear people saying, oh God, what's the point of going to the cinema if I can't eat a little popcorn? So what? In fact, I think one of the best parts of this press conferences was the Prime Minister preempting all of the dotish comments that he knew he was about to receive. For instance, churches. You get to reopen at 50% capacity with services lasting no longer than an hour. But the Prime Minister was able to preempt any nonsense there.
And we're asking you not to be smart and expect a policeman to come inside and count the heads and divide by 2. Just be sensible.
And gyms opening at 50% capacity, and he's asking for you to at least make an appointment to go to the gym. And that's a good way to actually go to the gym. I mean, I ain't not going, but if you go in, it's a good way. But again, the Prime Minister had something for all the naysayers there.
You're not being smart for me or against somebody. If you encourage people to congregate in your gyms, in a place where if it is not properly managed and sanitized, it could be a super spreader environment. If you try to do too much, irresponsibly, you can guarantee it that you are going to be cutting your own throat.
And of course, bars and restaurants. I mean, they were already gearing up. Check out this story.
Several restaurants across the country are set and ready in the event the Prime Minister gives a green light for the resumption of in-house dining.
And laid off everybody for how many months? And just with a little bit of business we've been able to have and keep our door ajar, not even open. It's more than overdue.
That's a hard luck day. Nothing for you. But maybe next time. And the Prime Minister once again explained why, really simply.
People go to a bar to congregate. You want to drink with somebody. You want to talk to somebody. You want to lime with somebody. And after you have 2 drinks in your head, you forget about the Minister of Health and you forget about COVID.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry again. And of course, the part that I've been waiting for, beaches, specifically coastal waters, you can swim again. Once you're going to the beach, though, you have to wear your mask. Once you're not in the water, wear your mask. So I guess that means this might have been a little inappropriate there on the beach, because you really should not be eating or drinking there either. At the end of the day, it just means don't gather in large groups, get wet and get out. Name of your sex tape. And the gathering thing is exactly why rivers and water parks cannot open. So maybe you can try calling your neighbor and saying, hey, you going to the beach today? No, it's my turn. Hold up.
You can go to the beach, but please, people of Trinidad and Tobago, all of them don't run to Maracas Beach tomorrow. Because you go there to meet people. Because that's what you do. You want to go to be seen there. You want to go to meet people. You want to be there because the lime and the action is there. The COVID is there too.
And finally, the borders. This is a big one. Now, it's not fully reopened yet. So there's going to be a committee of the Attorney General, the Minister of Health, National Security, and maybe some other people who are really looking at the possibility of tracking people who come home and home quarantining, which means finally the end to the repatriation email that no one gets a reply to.
This committee can report within a week, and that the tagging system could be available, and it will allow us to maximize home quarantine, and that will allow us to maximize the inflow of persons who are outside, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who are outside who want to come home. And that will then result in an elimination of this exemption system.
Guys, this is actually great news. And if we behave, and hold me out, if we behave, we might actually keep the restrictions and get more lifted rather than having to go back by the time this episode actually airs. So in life, you can get tired of a lot of things. The West Indies losing, your wife nagging, your racist uncle posting pro-Donald Trump things on Facebook. But you cannot get tired of taking the necessary steps to protect yourself and others in a pandemic. So we beg, please, what is the new national motto of Trinidad and Tobago? Don't be seen. We take a break.